idea of taking on a treasured classic as Disney's Pinocchio, it's an incredibly rich opportunity to revisit and go deeper into this great masterpiece.
It's a wonderful journey, full of excitement, wonder, danger. Everything is larger than life. Taking on a story like Pinocchio and turning it into a live-action film is no mean feat.
Pairing Robert Zemeckis with Pinocchio, a sort of a match made in heaven.
Bob is one of these filmmakers that takes you to places beyond your expectations.
It's a really special story that encourages people to wish and to dream.
It has incredible songs we all will love and remember. It's just an honor to be bringing it to a new generation.
I think every audience wishes to be transported. That's the magic of cinema. Great movies last forever. And that's one of the things that Pinocchio delivers.
That's how we did it in the 90s, son!
Can't catch my breath, man.
Really? Should I try mouth stuff?
What is this, a Tinder date? Get off of me.
Mr. Dante! I need an ambulance at the quick stop.
Saved my life, man. Wish I had a life worth saving.
What are you talking about?
Sit around and watch the same movies over and over.
I always thought you could have made a cool movie.
You're right. I'm living on borrowed time. No more watching movies.
I'm gonna make a movie!
All right, so happy to be here with the one and only Kevin Smith. Great to see you, man.
Excellent to see you, Greg. How is the Motor City in my absence?
It's moving a little slow without you. We need you to come back.
I'm coming soon. I think we arrived there with the Clerks III, the convenience tour, where I come and watch the movie and do Q&A afterwards. I think that's happening in October in Detroit.
Great.
Yeah.
I'll find out when, and I will be there. That'll be a lot of fun. And gotta tell you, speaking of fun, this just had to be like the best family type reunion with you and everybody getting together. I mean, talk a little bit about that, just getting everybody on the set.
It was an absolute good time. Like we started shooting on my 51st birthday.
Oh.
So I got to be back where I started my career and at the same store that I used to work at when I was a kid and dream about what my future would be like. So if I was ever bound for like a midlife crisis, I think I ameliorated it completely with this fantasy camp of a shoot. You know, I used to read about people pay thousands of dollars to go ice skate with Wayne Gretzky, get on the ice with their hero and stuff, fantasy camp type stuff. People do it with baseball players. Mm-hmm. This was my version of it, but my fantasy camp didn't involve anyone else. It was like, let's go back. Let's go back to where it all began. Let's go back to the past. Let's do a reset. Let's tell a story that tells the story of our lives. You know, it's not just our characters, it's me as well. So it was bliss. Got to do it with friends that I've been making things with for nearly 30 years. Brian and Jeff, Jason, Marilyn, these were the co-architects of my entire future. I made Clerks with them and being back in New Jersey at the Quick Stop, making it with them again years later, sometimes standing in the same places and saying the same things we did 29 years prior. Right. It was such a meta hoot. Like, you know, it was clearly conceived by a stoner and everyone got to live in my brain. Like, you know, throughout the shoot, Brian and Jeff would be like, so weird. We were standing here doing this 29 years ago. I was like, I know, man, that's now, you know what it's like to feel like a stoner. You dream about doing weird things like this, pulling this off. And in the process, we got to tell a pretty compelling story, I think.
And you did. And I just have to say, I watched Clerks 3 yesterday. So this morning I got up and watched the first one. And it's like this great, you know, bizarre kind of like parallel universe where time has changed, but in some ways it hasn't. So
yeah. It was with the first one. is a magic trick, man. Like, you know, that was the only movie I thought I'd ever make in my life. And I just wanted to get it right. And I tried so hard, and it's put together with spit and glue. It's like a kid's project for school and stuff, but one that they really care about. And it wound up opening the doors, kicking open the doors of my career. But I'll never be able to be as authentic as I was with that first movie. That movie drips with authenticity because it was made by a guy who would stop the camera and then tend the register. He was literally working in retail at that same establishment. So thanks to that first movie, I don't ever have to work in retail again. And now I own retail establishments. I own a comic book store for 25 years, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash.
Yep.
So when you're like, I don't have that muscle, like that's what's the strongest muscle on Clerks is people can identify it. Everyone can identify with that movie because we've all had a job that we don't like.
Right.
But Clerks 3 isn't really the story about working. You know, it's really a story about not working, which technically Clerks was as well, a story about people who do everything they can to not work at their job. So this is kind of an extension of that, but the authenticity of a boots on the ground, I work in retail experience that we're lacking in Clerks 3 is made up by the authenticity of Randall has the actual heart attack that I had. And then Randall gets to make a black and white movie about working at the store, which is something that I have some familiarity with as well. And then you add to the mix that like, it was years ago, but I worked at that store and I think I fashioned like the most authentic personal film that I've made in like a long time on so many different levels. Remember during the Trump presidency, people would be like, he's playing three-dimensional chess. Clerks 3 literally is three-dimensional chess.
Right. That it is. And I was even going to bring up the same thing when you talked about Randall and the heart attack. You know, that's another thing I think that people can look at and think about, because sometimes it does take that almost life-changing thing or that life-changing thing to make you go, you know what, let me do something I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to make a movie about my life. I'm going to do it because I need to.
True. A lot of people don't realize like how gifted they are. You know, they watch a movie or read a book and be like, oh, these people are talented. And it's like, everyone's talented. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has something to show off and whatnot. The only difference between you and those people is those people pushed real hard until it happened and stuff. You just haven't tried yet, so to speak. So, you know, putting talent on display, particularly raw talent, is something that I've loved doing since the beginning of my career. The Clerks wasn't just a showcase for me. It was a showcase for like Brian and Jeff, for Jason Mewes and Jersey in general as well. So coming back with this one, being able to kind of showcase, you know, not just the raw passion and stuff, but a message, something a little weightier. You know, like Clerks was a snapshot of my life at the time, and people identified with it for some reason because we were all the same age. My audience has kind of grown up with me. So I'm feeling like, you know, with characters having heart attacks, we're at that age. A lot of the audience is going to identify with it as well, like just in a different way. It was more fun to identify with, you know, the first Clerks, because like, being young and being like, what will I do next? And where is my future going? Clerks 3, the identity factor is like, oh, I've had a heart attack, or I know somebody who's had a heart attack. We're just at that age in life. And I know I should be making a movie for everybody, you know, so even a teenager can enjoy Clerks 3. But the authenticity of these movies lie in how close I could get them to my heart. And I feel like I'm playing to the right audience, the audience that's grown up with me, who they're at an age where they have to start saying goodbye to people.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the strangest parts now. Like some friends of mine and I were talking not too long ago when we were, of course, in your teens and 20s, and one of your friends passed away. It was like, oh, what, accident or what happened?
Shock.
Yeah. Now I just like, oh, heart attack or stroke, you know what I mean? For the most part.
Yes. And then instantly you go into like, all right, is there a second? Because I don't want to be third. You know, these things. Please, you start reflecting on yourself as well. The one benefit that comes from losing friends around our age is it does tend to make you try harder to stay alive, where suddenly you're like, I wasn't going to walk today, but I'm going to walk now.
Right. That's for sure. And also something else, I know we're getting close to time, but I have to bring this up. All of us, of course, who enjoy movies and do what I do, we stay through the end of the credits, you know, no matter what. But a lot of times people will get up, you know, as soon as they see the first one, boom. I just want to tell everybody out there, stay through these credits, because what you say is just so moving.
Thank you.
And, you know, I just sat there and went, wow. And when you said about, you know, connecting with people, oh my, yeah, you connect all the way there.
That means the world. Obviously I love the sound of my own voice, and I discovered this unused real estate in the film where it's like I hadn't said enough throughout the whole movie. I was like, ooh, I could talk at the end of it during the credits for anybody who's still sticking around. I can't compete with Marvel. Their post-credit work is stellar. But I figured, like, let me give them my version of it, which is an audio version. And I got to get real with the audience and share some stuff. The older one gets, the more appreciative you get. And I was appreciative from a young age that I got the career I got, but like the length of it has everything to do with the people that still push it forward by being like, Clerks III, all right, I'll check it out. You know, realizing that the poignancy of like that store is something that I struggled to get out of and now desperately try to get back to as often as possible. Those are the things you like to share. Not a talented enough filmmaker to depict it cinematically, but like, give me a microphone, man, and I could tickle your ear. So I figured like, this is a nice place for it. I'm so glad you stayed for it. I'm so glad you heard it, man. It means the world.
I mean, it did. It moved me very much, but thank you very much, Kevin. Appreciate you. Enjoy this conversation. Again, it's like having you down here in my basement with a buddy.
I know, it was great. It was like doing a podcast, for heaven's sakes.
There you go. There you go. And I was going to say, when you come to Detroit, let us know. They just reopened the Motown Museum. Would love to take you there and love to.
In a heartbeat. I would love that. I went to see the Showtime documentary in a theater. One they did on Barry, and it was so good. So I would do that in a heartbeat.
All right. Well, you got it when you come here.
Pleasure.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. Take care.
Good talking to you, Greg. Thank you.
Take off your pants.
What the hell is this?
I added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not letting you kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel?
A sequel? What am I, a hack?
I think it needs more weed.
A Dream Limousine continues to be Metro Detroit's finest luxury transportation service. 734-542-6800. Offering late model luxury SUVs to brand new party buses that seat up to 34 passengers. 734-542-6800. Including the one-of-a-kind Escalade stretch with the exciting jet door. Call 734-542-6800. That's 734-542-6800. A Dream Limousine.
You should see your faces.
You have a strong heart. No fear.
Hey, Greg Russell here from Movie Show Plus. Enjoying being here at the Foundation Hotel this week. We've been taking the show on the road quite a bit. Now, if you've got a business that you would like us to showcase, just let us know. Get in touch with us via our website right here, movieshowplus.com, and we'll get back with you. And hey, who knows? You might be the next movie star right here on Movie Show Plus.
Kid, the next time I say let's go someplace like Bolivia, let's go someplace like Bolivia. Next time. Ready? No, we'll jump.
Yo, what you say? Yo, bad! Yo, bad! How's it come back, yo, bad?
I hope I never make a woman that angry.
To steal from the Empire? To just walk in like you belong? They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house. Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting. You're in my net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief? You're slipping. I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like.
I'm tired of losing.
The United States stands for an idea whose time is now.
Ronald Reagan will win tonight.
What a schmuck.
I think I want to be an artist when I grow up.
You're gonna be an artist if you want to be. Nothing's gonna stop you.
You're going to college.
He'll have dinner with kings if he plays his cards right.
I really like your stickers.
My stepbrother gave them to me. He's in the Air Force.
That's so cool.
How dare you! I'll menace to you!
Well, you're not to associate with him again.
What do you mean? Why?
I think you know what I mean.
My parents are sending me to my brother's school.
That's heavy.
In this institution, you can be anything you want to be.
It won't be because of a handout. It'll be because you earned your way there.
Something's bugging you. What is it?
Sometimes kids say bad words about the black kids. Who's that? Somebody from my old school. Did they ever come to your house?
What do you do when that happens?
Obviously nothing, of course.
You think that's smart? My mother, when we came over here, we didn't have much.
Why'd she come here?
They wanted to kill her, that's why. They were soldiers, and sometimes they go out looking for Jews. They hated us then, and they still hate us. So I got on a boat and we came over here to America, the land of dreams.
You just wanted to be like you.
I want you to be a whole lot better than me. Life is unfair. Be thankful when you get a leg up. You make the most of your break and do not look back.
All my hopes are with you and your brother my whole life.
Next time those schmucks say anything bad about those kids, you're gonna say something. You're gonna be a mensch, okay? Firm handshake. Okay, give me a hug.
People ask me all the time, what is secret cinema? It started in 2012 and has grown. It's a program that occurs every month, at least twice a month. It's a classic film series, but the twist is you won't know what the movie is until the lights go down. We have a host who gives hints about the film prior to it starting and then tells you more about it and conducts a Q&A after the film. The host is someone who is passionate about film and/or might work in the industry. It's a great way to see a film you've never seen before or to see one again with an audience and find out interesting tidbits you may not know. A ticket is only $6 and includes a popcorn if you buy something to drink. So there's different variations of secret cinema. There's Old Hollywood, which we designate as 1967 or earlier. And then there's New Hollywood, which is 1968 to the present. Old Hollywood is the first Thursday of the month, and New Hollywood is the third Thursday of the month. And when a fifth Thursday occurs, because our people who like to come to secret cinema are missing it, we have another one. It's called The Long Ones. And we choose a film that's over 2.5 hours long, because normally we won't show a film that long because of the Q&A. On the Long Ones night, we do not have a host.
We're introduced about 3 years ago by friends that attend Secret Cinema. We did not know about it, which I apologize for. We've been coming ever since, almost every one. I think we've been to about 100 of them. We are never, ever, ever bothered by the fact that we don't know the title or that we didn't guess by the clue. It's just a wonderful, fun, we don't, New Hollywood, Old Hollywood, and then the presenters and the discussion afterwards, which ranges from technical to theatrical to the business and to political. So just a fun all around, and the price can't be beat.
How often do you come to Secret Cinema?
Every month.
Really?
I do, yes.
Why do you come here every month?
I just love seeing all the great films on the big screen, meeting up with new friends, and seeing new films. It just excites me a lot. 1, 2, 3 with James Cagney. Never heard of it, saw it for the first time, and I laughed my butt off.
For me, I don't care about the clues about the movie, because I always say it's like opening a Christmas present. Like, you just don't know what it is.
We've been coming for the last couple years, and it's gotten so much more popular. It used to be maybe 20, 25 people. Now it's up to sometimes 200. We're married, but our husbands are not that interested in movies, and
So they just let us.
movie buddies.
Girls' night out.
It's a girls' night out. But seeing it on the big screen, also having all that information and the clues, and then afterwards all the backstories.
I love the discussion afterwards. It really.
Yeah, that makes it. You see people walking out like, no, that's the best part.
For more information or to buy tickets to Secret Cinema, please visit themapletheater.com.
That's going to do it for another edition of Movie Show Plus.
I definitely love that you're watching the show. Thank you so much for making it a part of your day. Whenever you're watching this, whether it's online or on television, you can always find all of our episodes, including movie reviews, all of the interviews that me and Greg do with celebrities. Everything can be found on movieshowplus.com, and there's also an e-newsletter if you didn't know. You could sign up on the website for the e-newsletter, and basically you'll get occasional emails from us that will keep you in the loop as to what is new with the show, when we have new episodes, what me and Greg are doing around town. But also we send out a lot of free ticket offers, free advanced movie screenings, some raffles, some other things that we do. So again, it's free. You can cancel at any time. Join the Movie Show Plus VIP e-newsletter today. If you really like our show, you can show us your support financially by supporting us on patreon.com. You can become a Movie Show Plus Patreon. Go to the link on your screen. So if you have it in your heart to support us, please do. Again, you could do it for as little as $3. If you go up to higher levels, you can actually win some Movie Show Plus swag, sweaters, tote bags, coffee mugs, and all that kind of stuff, including some other free exclusive movie swag. Please check that out if your heart so desires. I'm Tom Santilli. That's going to do it for this edition of Movie Show Plus. I'll see you guys all out at the movies.
Check out movieshowplus.com to watch this episode online and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel.